welcome back to another episode of Home Entertainment. Today, we are thrilled to spotlight one of the talented cast members from the hit musical Back to the Future. Joining us is Luke Antony Neville. Luke, thank you so much for joining us here at Home TV.
Hi, Denisha. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Now we're going to get into the interview. The first question, you take on several characters in Back to Future. How do you approach jumping between all those roles every night? And do you have a favorite one to perform?
Ooh, that's a good question. I like to treat it like my own little mini SNL. Like I get to play eight different characters. They're all so different. They have different wigs, different costumes. So I like to treat it with like sort of like with that energy of like the newness of coming into it every night. My favorite, I love getting to play. I play Lorraine's dad at one point, and he is a crazy character. All of my characters are very high stakes, so it's very fun to sort of be like it makes my like regular life look very chill. So yeah, I would say Lorraine's dad is my favorite. He's the most sort of, I would say, unhinged of the bunch.
I know it's a lot of fun too, jumping into different characters and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's really cool.
Sometimes I do have to check what costume and wig I'm wearing before I make an entrance. I'm like, oh, I'm that character. Okay, great. Okay, great.
Right. Yes. Now, the show blends live theater with big technical elements from the film. From your perspective on stage, what's your favorite part of bringing this story to life in a musical format?
It's funny because I remember watching the movie as I was in the process of auditioning for this musical, and it almost felt too big. I was like, how are they going to make this stage friendly? Like, how do you boil down these huge moments of, driving in a time machine back to the 50s and the huge clock tower sequence where Doc is up in the clock tower. And it's amazing to sort of bring that to people's doorsteps because the tech in the show, I would say, is like its own character. It's huge and it's
Mm.
as big as it was on the Broadway stage and as it is in the West End right now in London. And it's so thrilling. It's sort of like being, for me, it's like being on a Universal Studios ride. It's like a huge, huge
Yes.
ride. And then for the audience, they sort of say the same thing. They're like, it's like being in the theme parks and seeing this huge thing. But it also has the heart and the warmth and the intimacy of the movie, and also that you expect to see in a musical. So it's a really sort of great cacophony of all these different elements to sort of bring like a really great live theatrical experience. Yeah, it's so much
Yeah,
fun.
that's amazing. And I know it's like super fun, like especially going to different cities with different stages, how they customize it. So really going to be really exciting to see in person.
I have to like not ask the questions. I'm like, I don't know how this works. We have an amazing crew and company that transport this show across the US.
Mm.
And I've learned not to ask too many questions because I'm just like, my brain can't quite comprehend that we were in this
Yes.
place yesterday and now we're opening here and everything's as it was. I'm like, who? The team are
Right.
just the team are amazing, and I don't know how they do it.
That's so cool. Awesome. Now, the last question, the great question, the finale question. Why should everyone come and see Back to the Future, the musical?
I think everyone should come and see the musical because there is something in this story for everyone. It's the parents that have seen the movies when it came out in the movie theaters back in the 80s and 90s. And that sort of nostalgia is being passed down into these new generations. I mean, it's so fun to get to perform this every night and see all the mini Martys like sat in the audience. And they love it as much as their parents do, as much as their grandparents do. And there's just something for everyone. I keep saying like this is the one that I would bring my uncle who doesn't love theater to, and he would love it. Like that sort of is so fun to have this piece that sort of hits everyone in different ways, and gives you this really fun experience. And I think we could really use that.
Absolutely. It's a perfect escape from reality. So
Please,
definitely,
we need it.
yes.
2 hours.
Absolutely. Well, amazing. Well, you can catch Back to the Future, the musical at Warren Center from Tuesday, January 13th through Sunday, January 18th. You can get your tickets now at warrencenter.com. You won't want to miss it. Luke, it was such a pleasure and so much fun having you here at Home Entertainment. And best of luck to you. And thank you so much for joining us here.
Thank you so much, Nisha. We'll see you in the new year.
Absolutely. And thank you all for watching this episode of Home Entertainment.